What's your favorite food that Sarah makes?
That Sarah, as in my mother, makes? Okay. Pot roast, that's so easy. The pot roast.
Definitely pot roast. Pot roast.
A pot roast. Oh, I grew up on that pot roast. That's what saved me from despair whenever she was forcing chicken down my throat.
Fideos, no doubt.
Fideo, Deo.
And Fideos, obviously, done.
Definitely Fideos.
And like a brisket, that was really good.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Oh God, brisket, are you kidding me?
Brisket.
Cooked? She's made her boyas.
Outstanding. Good boys.
Oh my God, kugel.
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 Okay.
Oh wait, no, and she's made kugel.
This barbecue chicken thing that she claims she doesn't make, but I know she makes because it's awesome with pineapple. And nobody would say this, but she made peas and mushrooms with like every meal, and it was awesome. I loved it. And mandel bread.
Good potato pancakes. There it is. Potato pancakes. And I got the recipe now.
Everything.
Good.
Yeah, matzo brie. What else does she make? Everything.
When we first met, we were kids, we were wild, we were restless.
I remember our cruises together and our New Year's Eves together and all the wonderful, wonderful times. And I always think of her and Abe as that couple that you look up to, the couple that you love and you admire their relationship. And she always thought that way of us too. And so I have special feelings for her. I love her, and she's been a true, wonderful friend.
Necklace that I carried around like the whole weekend we were there, and then somehow like lost under the couch and spent 20 minutes like trying to find and just trying to save because it was from Grandma.
My favorite memory is the one time that she gave me amnesty and didn't turn me over to Dad so he could beat the hell out of me, even though I was bad in school that day. She just was tired of seeing me get slugged, so she gave me the day off.
What did you do?
Absolutely nothing. Like always, innocent, totally. Mom, what do I remember? I remember everything. Ellen Levy, I don't know. A little airplane in her knee, and it was a catastrophe. It was nothing. Stop the video.
When I would come visit her when Dad would come down, Grandma used to take me and we would go to the flea market. And we'd just walk up and down the aisles and, you know, and she'd say I could get something if I wanted to, but it was always fun just kind of going on a little girl shopping trip with her. And we just used to laugh, and she'd tell me stories about Dad growing up and about her, and it was a good girl time. Grandma was probably my like earliest memory of really good girl time.
Yeah, when she told me she went out to buy herself a bathing suit and told me that it was sexy, I was thrilled. It was really, really very fun to hear that, because she really is just she's a fabulous, sexy woman.
When we were watching we had a Kentucky Derby party at my house, and her horse won. So that was really exciting. I was really pulling for my own horse, but her horse won, and it was far more fun watching her horse win. So that was great.
Going to the dance competition, being able to watch, and then we started dancing when we got home. She taught me the Lindy Hop. That was fun.
So when I met Sarah the first time, she pulled me aside and had a heart-to-heart with me. This was at Jason's wedding, and I think that, you know, that's sort of in line with my introduction to each of the other parts of the Winkler family, and that everyone's wanted to sort of pull me aside and make it very clear that I'm welcome here and part of the family, and it's kind of a nice thing.
I hold this memory, pulled you so close to me, whispered, will we always have?
I think you gotta be tough with the Winklers. And actually she said she like never takes medicine, which is awesome. So I think it's partly that, but partly also just because she's always been one of the strongest members of our family, it seems, in a subtle way. But it seems like no matter what, Grandma's been like the head of the house. And she might not agree with that, but that has seemed really obvious to me forever. So I think what keeps her going is just like the desire to take care of everyone around her for all time.
Oh my gosh, she plays such an important role. She illuminates this family. She really does. And the kids, most especially, think of her as they're so lucky to have this wise person who they can come to all the time and get a very in-depth perspective in things that concerns them.
Sarah is kind of like the font of everything. Like everything comes from her. So, you know, Dad obviously has a lot of her in him. My wife obviously has a lot of her. So she's the base of the family, I guess.
Everybody thinks that they come from Grandpa because that's the easy way to describe it, since he was always so outgoing and gregarious. But all the really good meat, that's Grandma. I want Jack and Charlotte to know where that came from.
I can tell where the Winkler sense of humor comes from, and I can see why Aubrey's so sharp, and I can also see where the anti-aging genes come from. So that would be the trifecta.
There's a word that I like. It's called steadfastness, and that is consummate Ken Winkler, steadfast. So he is steadfast, and so is Sarah.
What of her do you see in Jason?
They're both stubborn.
I hope I can walk the way she walks. I hope I have the energy that she has and the quickness of wit that she has. And she's really an independent woman, a very strong, independent woman. I know she's never thought of herself that way, but she's really unbelievable. She's a great role model.
I want to be able to look at the world the way she does and see all the beauty in it, continue to do stuff like that, and, you know, obviously get around the way she does, which is amazing. But I look forward to, hope to be as good as a person as she is.
You know, she's just so important to everyone who knows her. And I hope that, you know, I have that and that Jack and Charlotte have that.
Calm, well-loved, well-lived, alert, smart, practical, and someone who is willing to say the right thing at the right time and just be there for you when you need her. And I admire that so much.
I hope that I have all my kids around me, and I have all my grandkids around me, and that I have all my faculties around me. That's what I hope to have when I turn 90. Because she's got all that.
It's a tremendous sense of family that she's made. I'd like someday to be in a house filled with people and know that they're all there because in some way, shape, or form, I made that.
I love hearing about all the things that she's doing now and hearing about, you know, the volunteering at the hospital and like all the ways that she's been exploring, having all this time, and it's been really cool and inspiring to see her kind of form this like new social existence and make all these new friends. Like, I think she has more friends than I do, so that's really cool talking to her about all these different endeavors that she's taken up in the last couple of years.
I want to be able, at her age, to have my wits about me, to be able to get around and function like she does, travel, get around without a walker, have a conversation without drooling on myself. If I can do that at 90, I consider myself very lucky.
it's really nice to just be able to sit down and talk to her. Most of my friends are like, wow, your grandma is so cool. She seems like such a nice lady. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
I hope to love her. I hope to have the same kind of love with Jason that she had with Abe. That's what I hope for.
Oh my God, her spirit. I want to have her spirit. She's my role model at every level, at every level. I look at her and I say, if I can only be like her, look like her at 90, and have the level of energy that she has. She just has amazing stamina. I'd be thrilled.
Her kind of sneaky feistiness. Just when you think she's the little wallflower in the corner, she comes out and says something that nobody expects a 90-year-old woman to say, and I love that about her.
I mean, she's literally feisty, so...
We would love to live a life like Sarah's.
A pulse, and some travel ambition. Some, you know, maybe 1 or 2 friends who I can hang out with. I would be happy with that.
We'll be back for 95, okay, wherever that may be. She looks like she's going to go for a long time. She looks great.
Sarah, is it ever going to be the same?
I love her warmth. I love her honesty. She doesn't pull any punches, and she knows how to love. She's very special to me. For me, it's even more special because I never had a mother-in-law that I really loved. And I feel like she's my mother too. So I feel so lucky to be in her life and for her to be in our life. She's taken on my daughters as a real grandmother would, as if they were her own flesh and blood. And I just think she's beautiful. She's smart. She's sexy, even at 90. And she's just a lot of fun. I love her. I want her to feel happy and enjoy all the rest of the time that she has because she is just so loved.
Charming way about her. She has a way about her. Wouldn't you say she has a way about her, honey? Yeah, she is.
So she is extremely wise and she's so loving and she gives great advice and she's just really she's one of the best people I know, and whenever I'm having trouble with something, she's always there. She always helps me, and she's just gives so much of herself, and that's kind of what, she's just a really great role model. So.
Honored and so pleased to be here for her party. We go back many, many years, Sarah, and your grandma and your grandpa. And my husband and myself, my family, your family, I want to wish her a wonderful, wonderful birthday celebration and many, many more.
Grandma, I just want to say that you're an incredible person and you're one of the most sweet and genuine people that I've ever had the privilege to know and be related to. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there for me for my life, throughout my life, and just being an amazing person, supporting this family. You've been the backbone of it, really, for as long as I can remember, much longer than that.
What do you want Charlotte and Jack to know about Grandma?
Everything. That she was smart, that she was funny, that she could cook up a storm and not even break a sweat, that she was independent and strong in a quiet way.
Everything today kind of proves the fact that there's a lot of love for you, and you know, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Happy birthday, and you know, I'll come to the next one too.
I don't want to get into this. I really don't. It's very personal.
I really admire her, and I don't think there's anyone in our family who's more loving and more dedicated to everyone in the family indiscriminately, and that's awesome. So, thank you.
She raised 3 kids, and my father, this big brute of a man with arms the size of Popeye, would come home in some interesting mood. That diminutive little woman in her
mild, soft-spoken manner could tame lions. And no one understood her power until probably more recently. What an awesome individual she is. That's what I want to say.
Is there anything that you've always wanted to say to her that you've never said out loud?
No, because I always tell her what a great mom she is and how much I love her, and always grateful for her as a person, and know how lucky I am that she was my mom and she's in my life. And I hope I've told her that enough times that she realizes it's true, even though she calls me rotten son.
Love you. Goodbye. I love her, and we want to have her around more and more.
I love you. You're the best.
I adore her. And I love you.
I love her.
Just cut it there.
Oh, storms are brewing in her eyes. Sarah, Sarah. What else would you like to know?
Lucky woman all my life with my husband and then my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and my friends. I am the luckiest woman.